You wanted an intro? Too fucking bad. Just like Rob Lucci, this is straight gas. Let's go. Let's go. We're going right into it. We're going to determine who is faster and who can fucking dominate true pirate warrior stage. Is it base Lucci? Is it CP0 Lucci? We're going to find out. I'm doing this as fast as I possibly can here. Our rank got rid of Dofi and I got my fucking ass kicked. Oh jeez Louise, Crocodile. Crocodile is always difficult to fight against for me. But fucking playing as him, ass. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I haven't played Crocodile enough. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's a skill issue. Oh shit. Okay. That works. I haven't played base Lucci, by the way, in a very long time, let me say. And the same thing with tomorrow's video that's going to be coming out. I have not played as Boa in a long time as well. But, you know, you guys will see that when you see that. But here we go, spinning around. I really like, again, it's been so long since I played as Lucci, where like his aerial finishes are in his human form, but like his ground attacks are in his leopard form, which is interesting. You would think his aerial attacks would be in his leopard form, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. We're fighting both fucking Law and Jinbei. Alright, I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself here. Come on. There we go. Defeated Law. And there's Jinbei. Do they have unique dialogue? I'm curious. Oh. Okay. Not really. I guess not. I guess not. Of course, Robin's gonna have a dialogue. Alright. Yeah, so it's interesting. Again, I haven't played Lucci in so long. I'm trying to just dominate the field as quickly as I possibly can here. So we're more so focused on time and doing all the tasks. It is a added bonus if we happen to defeat more enemies. But again, it's not necessarily the focus. Alright, I'm just fucking flying through with Lucci here. Zaidani. Oh. Okay, that felt crazy. That really did. Again, I think my biggest caveat with this Lucci is I would prefer him to have a transformation into the leopard form and you just stay in the leopard form. Obviously that is not the case, where you are going back and forth, which is, I mean, interesting in itself, but I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, so here is the biggest litmus test, because I always struggle in this area. It's always Logias, man. Always fucking Logias in this game are always so difficult. No reason at all. Let me focus here. Jeez Louise. And I do prefer the, I forget the specific move, but the sky kick, the sky slice, the tempest kick, there we go, the tempest kick. I prefer it way more as CP0 Lucci than I do base Lucci, because base Lucci, that was horrible, and the speed is a lot quicker when it comes to CP0 Lucci. Alright, I'm trying to fucking, jeez Louise, I'm trying to fucking get Kizaru. Just flying in and hitting. Flying and hitting. I'm definitely looking forward to when I have to re-tier everything. Again, I will be doing that post DLC Pack 8. I don't think we're getting a DLC Pack 9, so if we are, cool. Maybe I'll wait till then, but post DLC Pack 8, you'll see an updated tier list. I'm definitely gonna have to play everyone again. Quote unquote, because if you think I'm playing as Bartholomew, you have another thing coming. Oh shit. Sengoku. I like how that's just Sengoku's move. He has two moves, a charge and then the fucking attack he does with the armament hockey coming out of his hand. Just a fucking generic giant marine or just giant enemy attack. There we go. Alright, cool. Whew. Fucking, I feel incredible just flying through. But yeah, I mean, look, this is the only really caveat I have against Lucci, is really just the fact that I'm not the biggest fan, and he's a Sky type too. You know, I think Sky types, justifiably so, are the worst type in this game, and I don't really think that's debatable, in my personal opinion. I like speed types a lot more. I think there are a lot better speed types than there are Sky types. Maybe that's just me, maybe that's just a personal opinion. Alright, did I beat them both? Nope, just Katakuri, okay. I do like how there's some sort of canonness in that their commanders are a lot more difficult to beat than the actual Yonko. Okay. You'll never be at our level. Okay. It'd be interesting if they had unique dialogue. Oh, I wasn't expecting much, I guess. Alright, let's see. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's go. We're just powering through. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section below. Let me know who you prefer more, by the way. I am curious. Maybe people prefer base Lucci more. I, biasedly so, definitely like CP0 Lucci a lot more. And even, funny enough, like his character model, like you can tell like CP0 Lucci is more yoked. It's working his neck muscles a lot more. Right, let's just take a look here. When Lucci comes up. Oh no, I would have thought that, okay, I would have thought his unique dialogue will come up with. I feel like I'm flying through right now. I think this is probably the best I've ever done with base Lucci, if I'm just being honest. And maybe that's the thing too, again, it could just be a skill issue. Calling myself out here. But yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm definitely not the biggest fan. Like, playing as CP0 Lucci the last few days has been like night and day comparing the two, if I'm just being honest. So I'm looking forward to seeing how CP0 Lucci does. I feel like guard break is so much easier too. Maybe that's just me. Okay. The horrible Tempest kick. I didn't even hit anyone there. I think I hit the wall maybe. Well, at least we got Ivankov, right? Yeah, because that did no damage to Sabo. If you don't want to die too fast, or I missed what he said. Just trying to lock in and trying to defeat these enemies ASAP. Again, it's the Logias that are always going to kick my ass. Although, oddly enough, Sabo is always more difficult here than he is when you get to the final part of his mission, where you have to fight everyone. Which is odd. A very odd observation. I think this will... Whew! Excuse me. I think this will do absolutely nothing to him, and rightfully so, it does not. I am just trying to fight through as best as I possibly can here. Before he... Okay, cool. Cool. So far we are at roughly 2,900. Revolutionary dialogue. It was crazy. I don't think... Does CP0 Lucci have dialogue with Sabo or Ivankov? That's actually a really good question. I actually have no idea. Alright, let's see how quickly I can go through them. Again, Sabo's typically pretty easy here. It's just for, oddly enough, for some reason. See, like, look, I already did like half damage. Alright, let's do one of these maneuvers. Very sick zoom in on the rock. Was that not everybody? Where's, oh, there, okay. I'm like, pretty sure I got everyone. And I'm on low HP too. I think with the increase in enemies, there's definitely been an increase in difficulty. For me, at least. Not saying it's more difficult or anything, but more so that you take damage a lot more than you perhaps may have done previously. And maybe that's just me. Again, could just be a skill issue, or like what skills I am or am not equipping. But yeah, I feel like I take a lot more damage now with the new update. Again, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just ass at the game, I don't know. I don't know, man, I don't know. But alright, so we'll get through their dialogue here, what they say, like, oh, congrats, like, this is your era now, and, you know, stuff like that. Which, for some reason, Sabo's a part of that conversation too, I guess, but... Whew. Excuse me. The new era that Lucci is ushering in? Yikes. We're some dark times if we're excited for that era. Okay, so let's see how well we did with Rob Lucci. Okay, so 9 minutes and 56 seconds, and we're at 3,300 or 3,380 enemies defeated. So let's take that, let's write it down, let's remember this, because now let's take a look at CP0. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. And let's go ahead and just power through. Let's go. Even your dashing animation, always the leopard form. So this Lucci definitely really benefits from skills like worked up and heat up. 110% because you want to focus on staying in your awakened state as long as possible. Wow, that was very fast defeating Lucci. Or Dofu. That's funny too, that no CP0 agents are even in this mission. It's the warlords, the admirals, and fleet admiral, Yonko, some revolutionaries, and then one from each, which is interesting. That was very fast, by the way. Holy shit. Whoa, I'm already defeating Law? Damn! That was actually really quick. I was not expecting that to be that fast. Holy fuck. Yeah, so Rob Lucci definitely benefits from having those skills. Because the focus really is to be on his awakened ability. Even like his base combos, you know, you building up for your aerial combos is really just you building up for your awakened abilities. I don't think... No, Lucci just has very generic dialogue. With most, if not all pirates, outside of Luffy perhaps. I don't know what other unique dialogue he has with pirates. Whew. Goodness gracious, although I'm mashing, I'm freaking yawning like crazy. I am just flying through. Oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting to defeat Buggy that quickly. Let's just go ahead and dash to the next area here. Of course, we have Buddha Sengoku. Nothing Buddha about him, respectfully. As far as I'm concerned, if you guys aren't in the manga, he's on Fraud Watch for me. And that's all I will say on that. He is currently on Fraud Watch. Okay, let's throw one of those out, and then we are just spamming. Just trying to lock in. Try not to get disrupted. Okay. Alright, let's just get rid of Kizaru now, just because his defense is down. Don't want him to go back into his Logia form. Alright, let's kick Kakainu's ass as super fast as possible. Doing a little step back, this way I can just hit him a little more. Do damage from a distance without getting caught up in the magma. Did I not get him? How do you still have... Let me just dash here. Yeah, like now I'm just trying to gain my distance. Okay. Okay. Alright, cool. Got that done. Alright, now the revolutionaries show up. Okay. This is almost like instantaneous. But let's go ahead and fight Garp and Sengoku, and then we will do gravy, and then we will go ahead and fight the Yonko crew. Okay. He said you must be a bot. I don't think it's what he said for sure, but in spirit, that's what he said, you know. I thought I'd reach there, obviously I did not. This should probably do. Oh yeah, look at the freaking devastation. Let me taunt on y'all real quick. Me just flexing my neck. Oh, it hurts right here, Doc. Right here. Yeah, you can just see Lucci's neck compared to what he was looking like in the current game or pre-time skip. That's what he worked on. Hand pistol and his neck, which... Hey, yo, hold on. He got a bigger neck, and one of his moves requires his hands? Whoa. Okay, transformation here. Let's go ahead and power through against the Yonko. It's funny for those who have the game, I guess, or are going to get the game. Do you, or did you purchase the early unlocks? Just curious. I am very curious if anyone ever purchased the early unlocks for this game. Big Mom's not down yet? There we go. Holy shit. That was crazy. Don't want to look at her from that angle. What am I, Kobe? If you know, you know. If you saw one of my older videos. Oh, okay. Kaido can just do that. That's true. Look at that. That was just absolutely devastating. Devastating stuff right there. Alright, there was a brief break. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but we are keeping going here. Oh, I just realized that Usopp was my ally. Jeez Louise. But I love the hockey effects, and you can clearly tell how just easily I'm dominating. By the way, 3,500. I don't think I got that. Right? I don't think I got that from regular Lucci. So already, I mean, you can tell how easily... Oh, yeah, let me just get out of the way there, because that would not have been good for me. Yeah, just very generic dialogue for Lucci. I think that's really, like, one of the more disappointing things about this DLC. Is quite basic. Basic AF, let me tell you. Oh, there's Sabo. Let's see how quickly... Oh! Conqueror's Hockey. That was pretty sick, actually. Very... I think Whitebeard's probably the only character who hits you with Conqueror's Hockey. I could be mistaken on that, but very rarely do other Conqueror Hockey characters hit me with Conqueror's Hockey. Like, for example, fighting Ace, very rarely does he hit me with Conqueror's Hockey. It's usually just the big-ass fireball. Man, I was really hoping I freaking beat Sabo before he used his Logia. I really was hoping, but that's what I really like about this Lucci too. It's just long range, especially the strong one where you can just easily just step back. You dash backward and then you let out a long range attack. I was about to say wrong range. Like I So wait, so he... Okay, that's also interesting, the fact that CP0 Lucci doesn't have dialogue with the revolutionaries. Like, why would he not when his base form does? Very odd. Very odd choice when it comes to some of the characters who they do versus who they don't have dialogue with. Very odd. But okay, we are up against everybody now. Let's just transform and then let's just fucking cook. Let's cook. Again, Sabo here is always a lot easier. Yeah, already 4,000 enemies to me, like, easily just been dominating. Because what I really like is that he has such wide range in terms of like where his attacks affect the area. Hold on, I'm getting fucking juggled right now. Relax, guys. Can't even get a fucking ultimate off. Let's see. Okay, I got Mihawk. I somehow got Sengoku. Okay. Oh, I thought oh, sorry, Sabo. Thought it was Mihawk. But okay, here we go. That was it. I feel like I dominated the field, but remember, the key thing is how quickly can we dominate. That's the real key thing. Dominance in terms of enemies defeated is definitely a huge bonus, but what I really want to focus in on is how quickly could I dominate. Always got to get through the freaking dialogue. You're going to lead the next generation. I can't wait to usher your era in. The era of Lucci is going to be fucking crazy. You don't give a fuck if you're hostages or not. Okay, so I definitely know base Lucci I got a C rank only compared to CP0 Lucci with an A rank and doing it in shorter time. So let's kind of compare the two, and then we are going to go from there, and let's go ahead and compare. So what I really notice, again, with CP0 Lucci is how easily he affects the field with his haki. So you can clearly tell that with the black shade, I guess, the purple haze that he exudes when he attacks, or when he's powered up, or when he is in his full force burst with his haki, you can tell how wide of an area he affects on the map and how much more enemies he can actually defeat. Whereas CP0, or sorry, whereas CP9 Lucci, the base game Lucci, he affects the enemy that's right in front of him, not so much about the surrounding enemies. So, big difference when it comes to AoE. CP0 Lucci can not only dominate the enemy in front of him with his handgun, but he can also dominate the enemies that surround him. Whereas with CP9 Lucci, yes, he can dominate the enemy very quickly and fairly easily, transforming back and forth with his leopard form and his human form, but what he has difficulty with is the fact that he cannot dominate his AoE compared to his CP0 counterpart. You can clearly tell with the difference in time, which is, by the way, huge. I think 1 whole minute definitely does make a difference, although in this case I believe it's like 55 seconds. And then just seeing how much enemies I defeated, whereas I'm 2 grades above where CP9 Lucci was. And again, the goal wasn't necessarily to defeat as many enemies as possible, right? It's to see how quickly I can dominate the map. The enemies being defeated is just an added bonus, but you can clearly see with the AoE effects that it is a lot easier to dominate the field with CP0 Lucci and to just accomplish said task, whereas with CP9 Lucci, yes, you can accomplish the task, but you're not going to defeat as many enemies in the long run. So with that said, clearly CP0 Lucci knocks CP9 Lucci out of the water, quite frankly, as he should, because he is much more powered up now. But those are the differences that I notice. Maybe you guys like CP9 Lucci more, who knows? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what you think of this video. Tomorrow we'll be having Boa versus S-Snake, and let me tell y'all, the results are gonna shock you. Believe it or not, S-Snake is so broken. So broken. So with that being said, I'll see you in the comments and in the next video. Peace.